you're the talker.
Okay, so we're Keith and Andrea from Colobus Trust in Diani, based in Kenya. We work there with the populations of the Angolan colobus, as well as vervet, sykes, monkeys and baboons. And we are trying to get development within a tourist area, working alongside conservation, so that the troops of monkeys can continue to survive despite development coming up in the area. Keith is Keith is the general manager. I'm the conservation manager. And we deal with all sorts of human and primate conflicts. So we build collar bridges over the road to prevent the monkeys getting hit by cars. We insulate electricity cables to prevent the monkeys from getting electrocuted as they move through the trees. We do reforestation projects, so where people have cleared land to build their house, we go back on and recommend trees that are particularly colobus and primate friendly, so that they're the ones they choose to replant with.
We also run a 24-hour hotline, so any accidents, electrocutions, orphans, dead monkeys, they all phone us, and we go out and deal with the situation at hand. We've got a vet clinic, we have vets, we have all the facilities there to do that sort of work. But our aim is not to keep these monkeys in captivity. We fix them and get them straight back out as quickly as possible.
What kind of numbers are you talking about?
Of welfare call-outs, it can range vastly. We see a peak in the dry season when the monkeys are moving more. I think it was he had been there 2 weeks and we had a particularly hectic week. I think we had 14 call-outs in 1 week. But generally speaking, it's around about that for a month.
It can be as quiet during the wet season when the monkeys are moving far less because there's plenty of food and water. We may only get 3 in 1 month, which is what happened in December. So a real range.
IPPL have sponsored, been a donor to the Colobus Trust since we were established in 1997, and we get we're on the small grants program, and they give us money every year. It's fantastic what they do for us, because most funding you apply for is ring fenced, so you have to say it's for this project. Shirley is very good at giving us money, and we can basically spend it where we like, which is great.
So very recently we've had a success story with Betsy, who has been the first hand-reared Angolan colobus anywhere in a zoo or sanctuary setting worldwide. So until very recently we were unable to hand-rear them. We lacked understanding on their digestive system and being able to give them something that they could survive on, that gave them enough energy but without making them, that wasn't too rich for the digestive system, giving them diarrhoea and ultimately dehydration. So we devised a unique diet for her, combining goat's milk and fecal transplants and probiotics, as well as 24-hour one-to-one care. So she lived here in a little kukoi for the best part of 24 hours a day, apart from a shower when she went to Keith.
See, my recollections are a lot different to this.
In the early days.
And how old is Betsy now?
She is now 16 months. So we managed to get the milk diet working for her. The next danger zone was actually the weaning process. So in the few black and white colobus that have been hand-reared, again only 4 have survived the transition from milk onto solids. So we knew that was going to be a particularly dangerous area for her. But she actually sailed through. We didn't have any problems at all with her on that stage. She now goes to forest school, so she spends all day running around the forest that we have on site. She mixes with the wild troop when they come through 2 or 3 times a week. She doesn't yet allow them to touch her, but she touches them. She plays with their tails and runs around and has lots of fun and games, and then comes back for a little sleep in my t-shirt afterwards.
Yeah, so the ultimate aim is, well, hopefully when she gets sexually mature, the wild colobus will be more attractive to her than
we are.
Yeah.
And she will just gradually start spending more and more time with the wild troop, less and less time with us.
That's the plan.